Welcome to Step 1 of your 4.0 Information Literacy module as part of the larger GUHSD technology graduation requirement. In Step 1, we're focused on getting things started. We want to start articulating our ideas and doing some brief research about some of the topics so we can identify a topic. Our objective here is using our guides and resources linked below. We want to first identify a subject and then a topic within that subject. And then from the subject and topic, we want to end by developing a guiding question that can facilitate our research. So we have a couple tasks here broken down. Our first step is really to understand the research process. So let's go ahead and click Research is Systematic. Systematic is a word that refers to things that have a process. We want to start thinking of research as a process, as a means to an end, not just simply an end of completing an assignment. And so this page goes through and talks about some of the characteristics of quality research. Go ahead and read through here and glean some ideas or take some ideas, internalize them. Now, what do they mean to you? It also conversely talks about some ideas of what research is not. Take a look at what research is, compare it with what research is not, and come up with some ideas of your own. What relates to you? What sticks out to you? What are some things you're learning about the research process? Once you're back in your artifact, well, these are some ideas that I was thinking of. Some 5 key elements I will keep in mind as I research. I want to find a variety of articles based on what I read. I might find something better as I research. It's going to take time. Maybe finding visuals would be helpful. So I went and I paraphrased some ideas that I learned from this section here. Let's continue with our next section. Before we dive into research, we want to get organized. Organization comes in a lot of forms. Let's go ahead and click this link and take a look at what the site has to offer. There's many ways to get organized. This one references creating a Google folder. For our purposes here, though, I think we're going to focus on creating a bookmark folder for all of the sources that we find online. Creating a bookmark folder is a good way to organize and curate all of the sources so we can go back to them and notice them quickly. If we look up here, we already have ours ready to go. You can simply bookmark them, put them in the folder, so when you continue your research at a later point, it's easy to access all of the web pages that you've identified so far. Some other tips and tricks may be taking notes in how to keep track of your information. Once we get organized, we're going to go ahead and find our focus. If we look back at the very top for our challenge, your challenge is use the library's research toolkit to help you find, evaluate, and share 3 suitable resources to help a 9th grade student better understand the issues surrounding one of these topics: cyberbullying or digital citizenship. So cyberbullying is a large topic. Digital citizenship is another large topic. A digital footprint, rather, is another large topic that we can identify some research questions here. So you're going to choose one of those two. For our purposes here, I chose internet piracy. Although the topic is different, the process will be the same. So in order to find some focus, let's take a look at some suggestions on how we can get started here. So the first thing we want to do is understand our assignment guidelines. We know that we are going to be finding 3 sources that are suitable for research at the 9th grade level, from either digital footprint or from cyberbullying. So the first thing you want to do is select a topic. Which one do you want to choose? Do you want to choose cyberbullying or digital footprint? I would suggest by starting with a simple Google search to learn a little bit about the topics if you don't have any idea about what they're like. The prior activities, you learned a little bit about it. But come up with, what are you interested in? What kind of is going to drive your interest here? Once we find a focus, so if we go back here, my focus, my subject is digital citizenship, and my topic is internet piracy within that. Yours will be digital citizenship, but your topic will either be cyberbullying or digital footprint. So now the guiding question is what you're going to research. What do you want to know about internet piracy? And so that's where it comes in handy to do a quick search about internet piracy or whatever your topic is. Find out some issues about it. What do you already know about it? What do you want to know about it? And then articulate a question from that. Go ahead and take a look at the resources here on developing a research question and creating a guiding question. Go through those to give you some ideas on how you can do this. After going through this process, I came up with a guiding question that's going to guide my research. How can I make somebody aware of the problems of stealing music and videos and be willing to obtain them legally? So I was interested in the idea of, what are the causes and effects and consequences of internet piracy? How can I make people aware of the problems of stealing when they may not know that it is a problem in the first place? At the end, you're going to go ahead and do your reflection. Why did you choose this topic? I came up with a response for why I chose it based on my experience up here. And then finally, what were some of the obstacles that I came across as I was going through the process of researching, getting organized, and finding focus to ultimately get my guiding question? It took me a little time to think about it. Again, we're being methodical about this process because it's not just about choosing something to get an assignment done. It's really about learning the research process to discover new information and create new information and new understandings.